Talking Giants YouTube, hello, happy Saturday. Hope everybody had a great holiday week, Christmas week, whatever you may celebrate during this holiday season. It is Saturday, so that means it is time for a 5 keys to victory video. No keys to survival video. Get that out of here. The Giants, we have a football game that we really need to win, no matter how hard it might be. Let's talk about some pathways to victory. But first off, first key to victory. I want to have kind of like an honest little conversation. Daniel Jones and Jason Garrett are both back for this week. A lot of players are back for the Giants this week, defensively and offensively. Even Devonta Freeman's back. He's probably going to maybe get like 2 carries. I don't know if he was activated, but he was practicing this week. But a lot of players are back. Giants are getting healthy. It's the right time for them to get healthy. But I'm getting 2016, 2017, 2018 vibes from this Giants offense. Where, yes, I know in 2017 and 2018, the defense was very bad on those teams. They were very bad. But you can argue that the offense was worse. The offense was worse on those 2017 and 2018 teams. And obviously in 2016, I think the Giants could be a 13-14 win team if their offense was even average. But they were god-awful. They were bottom in the National Football League. So I'm getting those vibes from this Giants team right now and from this Giants offense similar to those years. This is an offensive league. If teams are going to go forward, if teams are going to have success in the NFL, sustainable success, I'm not just talking about one game, because I know defense wins championships. Oh, this team had a really good defense in the Super Bowl. This team had a really good defense in the Super Bowl for one game. No, I'm talking about sustainable, long-term success in the NFL. You need an offense that can move the ball and score points. It's an offensive league. It's a quarterback-driven league. Jason Garrett and this Giants as franchise, they have not let Daniel Jones be the kind of quarterback that he has been this year. And if you know the channel, if you follow us, you know the reasons why we say that. Not letting Daniel Jones throw the ball downfield, explosive plays, yada yada. Those have been the reasons that we've been talking about all year. But how effective can this Giants offense be? That's really the key to victory number one. How effective can this Giants offense be in terms of producing explosive plays and moving the ball down the field against this Ravens defense? That's key to victory number one, and it's been the key to victory for the entire year. And the reason why we need to have an honest conversation is because I'm not confident in it. I'm not confident in this Giants offense. It's been an entire season. The NFL is not a league like Major League Baseball or the NBA where you have 82, 160 opportunities to get your crap together. You have 16 opportunities to get your team together, and there's been no reason why. There is nothing that the Giants offense has done the last few weeks or this entire season that is telling me, yup, Giants offense, they're going to turn around against the Ravens. Daniel Jones is going to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Ravens. This is going to be the game where it's going to turn around. There's been nothing to tell me that anything is going to change. So prove me wrong. That's key to victory number one. Prove me wrong. How effective can you be? Because it has been this top 10 defense that has been carrying the Giants all year and keeping them in games while the offense has just been pedestrian and has just been along for the ride. So that was a long key to victory. So let's keep going. Let's get a little bit more positive with key to victory number 2. The Baltimore Ravens defense has the highest blitz rate in the National Football League. So how is the Giants offense going to adjust? Now it's important to note that just because the Ravens have such a high blitz rate at almost 40%, does not mean that they are number one in pressure rate. Doesn't mean that they're number one in sack rate. So they're not getting home all the time. The blitz rate is not necessarily correlated or caused by a high sack rate, high pressure rate. So how is this Giants offensive line, which they've been growing, they've been getting better, especially after letting Mark Colombo go apparently and having Joe Judge work more closely with the offensive line? How is the line going to adjust to that? This defense, they're going to be coming after an injured Daniel Jones. He is starting. I think this is a risky game to throw Daniel Jones out there. He is starting. He's being thrown out there. How's the offensive line going to adjust, and how are they going to handle such an aggressive defense? So key to victory number 3, secondary's back at full strength. So how will our safeties be used? You know, Darnay Holmes is back. James Bradbury is back. Darnay Holmes was something that was just announced on Saturday. It was announced today that he would be back. I was not expecting that. I was expecting that he possibly would be done for the entire season with his knee injury. But now, with Xavier McKinney kind of at full strength, he's been back for a few weeks. Logan Ryan got a contract extension. Jabril Peppers is still having a great year. Julian Love, who was just used at corner a bit last week too, didn't look too great, but it's because that was his first start at cornerback since college. But this Giants secondary has a tremendous amount of depth present right now. Where right now Julian Love is a depth piece. You know, he's gone from a guy that we really thought he was going to break out in preseason. He's gone from a guy now where he is like a depth piece. He's a rotational guy. He's not a starter. How are they going to use Xavier McKinney? I'm excited to see how they're going to use all the chess pieces, especially considering that Lamar Jackson is playing at kind of a very high and scary level right now, which brings me to key to the game, key to victory number 4. Lamar Jackson is returning back to MVP level, and despite missing 2 games this year, he is still the second QB in the league in total rushing EPA behind Kyler Murray. You can see that I have on the screen right now Lamar Jackson's game-by-game EPA performance, and you can see he is climbing back into the top half of the league, top half percentile in terms of EPA, and then the last 2 games, he's above the 90th percentile. He's been having a really good stretch of games since he came back from COVID, since he came back from the Corolla, and he has been really, really effective despite not throwing the ball. They're averaging like 17 passing attempts over their last few games, which is insane how productive he's been able to be, even though they're not throwing the ball. That's how valuable he is with his legs. That's how valuable this Ravens rushing offense is. They're one of the exceptions in the National Football League in terms of, running the ball is more effective for them instead of throwing it. But Lamar Jackson is still a pretty darn good thrower of the ball himself. Imagine if he had a little bit better wide receiver talent. Mark Andrews is the real deal at tight end. Key to victory number 5 and final key is get off to an early lead. This is where you force the Ravens to play maybe kind of out of their comfort zone. The Ravens are a team that likes to jump out to early leads so they can run the ball. They can keep on running the ball with that lead. They like to be aggressive early in games, maybe get a big explosive play in the pass game early on, and then they can run the ball after that. The Giants, they need to prioritize getting out to an early lead. The Ravens, no matter what, they're not going to break from their run-first mentality and run-first approach, even if they're down by 21 points. But you kind of do need to get them uncomfortable because it is tough to come back from a 21-point margin or a 14-7-point margin when you are running the ball. And if you can't throw the ball, I trust Patrick Graham and I trust this Giants defense to limit the explosive plays. I trust them to do that. And when you are down by multiple scores, or if you're down by 10 points, 13 points, whatever the case may be, it's tougher to come back in a game if you are just running the ball. You're almost helping the other team by taking off time off the clock. You're almost helping the other team, kind of get that time of possession. So that's it. Those are my 5 keys to victory. I'm not feeling tremendously encouraged by what's going to happen, but I am so rooting for this Giants team because we all understand how important this game is for the Giants to win. We all very much understand it. The division is on the line. If Washington wins and we lose, the season's over. I don't want the season to be over. I would like there to be a playoff game. I think that would be really valuable for this Giants team to play in a playoff game, have Joe Judge, first-year coach in a playoff game, Daniel Jones, etc., all these young guys and young pieces, etc., too. So, let's go Giants. We'll see you Monday for a Victory podcast. Let's go, Big Blue. Peace out.